Here's a segment from the latest edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a monthly local talk show.
In 2016, we saw a transition in the leadership of our state government and spent the greater part of the year in the midst of a grueling presidential election. And as with any election, negative media coverage of government was at an all-time high. However, in a stark contrast to the events taking place on a national stage, it's hard to deny that St. Charles Parish has fared remarkably well. Our public school system was awarded an A ranking, our sheriff is currently serving as the president of the National Sheriff's Association, and at a time when government at all levels is notorious for overspending, our parish president has pledged to leave the 2017 ending general fund balance at its highest in recent years. But it doesn't end there. Amongst parish employees, it is well known that our administration's mantra is to do more with less. But they've done more than just promote efficiency. Today I am joined for the second time this year by the man behind the movement, Parish President Larry Cochran. Well, thanks, Larry, for coming back on the show.
Thank you.
You last came on the show in January of this year. How have you been since then?
Very busy. Very, very busy.
Quite honestly, busy.
Yeah, busy is the best word to describe it, busy.
That's good. Along with that, you spent 8 years as a councilman on the legislative side of St. Charles Parish government.
Right.
And now you spent 1 full year as the highest ranking person in the executive branch. How has your opinion changed of government?
We have some good people within our government structure. I think that was shown with the people I retained from the previous administration. And they work very hard. We just needed to get my direction, what I wanted to do, my administration's goals out there, and move in the direction that I wanted to go into now. And I think we're moving very, very good in that direction right now.
Touching on that, in my intro, I mentioned that the school system just received an A rating. Our sheriff's office is leading national organizations, and parish government is the most fiscally responsible it's been in recent years. One resident told us both recently that St. Charles Parish is a Cadillac parish. Would you say that's true?
I wouldn't say we're a Cadillac parish. We're no better than any other parish. I just think you have a group of leaders today that are moving the parish in the right direction, and it's, you know, it's out there that
it shows.
Yeah, it does. And you know, we just have a great group of leaders right now, and we're moving the parish from the district attorney to all of us. You know, we are doing great things right now, I believe.
And I think something to highlight in there too is that you work together with each other. It's
Yes.
not working
Yes.
independently.
We meet every other month, I believe. Myself, the sheriff, and the superintendent of schools, and you know, we talk about what's going on in our world. And
how it impacts each other as well.
Exactly, and how we can help each other, you know, move forward. Where we're not, my biggest thing is duplication of services, and you know, that's where we're wasting taxpayers' money. And with us meeting like that, we can solve that problem.
I would say that the theme of 2016 was do more with less.
Yes.
What inspired this, and exactly how have you implemented it?
I guess coming in, you know, I was chairman of the council a number of years, and you know, coming in, I had the budget, you know, experience behind me. I knew what we could do. You know, it was just getting our directors to understand that they didn't have to spend every nickel that was allocated. So my CAO, Billy Raymond,
he's been the budget police.
He has, and he's done a great job. I mean, Billy's put in, he's making minimum wage for the hours that man's putting in. And, you know, we had to meet with the directors and point them in the right direction. And I'm very proud of what we did in this budget. I really am. I mean, we've hovered around $7 million, and that was really because the council years ago put in an ordinance that we couldn't go below $7 million unless it was an emergency. So we've hovered right above $7 million, and we $12.4 million, I believe, right now. And I'm very proud, and we're going to continue to work in that direction.
And see, and I think it even goes beyond just the budget. I jotted down a few notes. The millages, I think when you didn't adjust all the millages, people were very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because we were taking in less money. Like you mentioned, the general fund and even the logo, just even smaller decisions like keeping the parish logo, I think play on that theme of doing more with less.
Well,
why spend this money if
I had
it's
a director
not
the other
necessary?
day, just the other day, called me, and it was one of my directors we had to beat into, but now he's on board. You know, he's about saving money, and he had different ideas, and you know, he's emailing Billy and I about different ideas to save money, and at the end of the day, it saves the taxpayers money.
It does, and I think they're very grateful for that. Anyone who has watched your administration very closely has probably noticed what I'm about to point out. You guys have a knack for giving to and helping people in need in the spirit of volunteerism. So I took some notes and I have some figures. In the last year, we had 306 people volunteer for Trash Bash, and that's picking up trash around St. Charles Parish. We held a blood drive for the injured officers in Baton Rouge that brought in 79 donors. We raised $3,100 during our annual breast cancer research bake sale. We sent roughly 6 truckloads of donations to the parishes affected by the flooding. We provided 240 families with baskets of food for Thanksgiving. We had 169 employees donate to the United Way of St. Charles, and that's up from a number that was just 99 last year. It's about 40-something%. And you've even encouraged your staff to be more involved in the community in their free time. Why is this important for us?
Well, I mean, we got to give back. You know, that's what our parish is about. You know, you stated Cadillac earlier. I believe we are giving parish. We're a very giving parish. And, you know, my background was volunteer fire chief. I became a
Right, so you know
politician
the word volunteer
now.
more than the rest of us.
You know, I became a politician totally by accident. You know, was encouraged by some people to run, and I did, and I ran. And you see, you know, being a fire chief, you see your neighbor at their worst. You know, because when they don't know who to call, they call the fire department. When the police don't know who to call, they call the fire department. And it just resonates, you know, I guess from me, my volunteerism with my administrative staff. And when you see the parishes in need, you know, we had all that flooding and all, and I reached out to the parish presidents that I've become close to a number of parish presidents. We talk, you know, weekly, honestly, and compare notes and things. And, you know, they were more than willing to accept our
Donations.
Yeah, they wanted help. They needed help.
We don't often mention this, but you guys have made a commitment to building strong relationships with organizations within and outside of our parish and groups that you're part of. Can you tell us about some of those groups and how they impact our residents?
Well,
You just mentioned the parish presidents.
yeah.
It's funny that you...
Yeah, I mentioned that, and then I also mentioned that we meet with the other leaders of the parish. And, you know, Rotary, all of those. We want to work with all the organizations that work within our parish.
And even the industry and businesses with the business exchange.
Well, we started that, and then now we're conducting a monthly meeting with industry. You know, so we're reaching out to everyone. Government is here to serve the people, you know, and it's here to serve industry and all our residents, and that's what we're here to do.
Okay, I want you to think about the last 12 months.
Okay.
What are you most proud of?
Oh, wow. I guess just coming in with my executive staff, you know, all of us came in with big eyes, worked a lot of hours. You know, Billy Raymond, I spoke earlier. I mean, Billy actually put in 7 days, 12 hours a day, you know, and along with a lot of my executive staff. And I guess that general fund is what I'm most proud of, because that took a lot of time, a lot of effort, and
a lot of cutting, a lot of tightening the belt.
Right, and making people just understand, you know, what we're doing, what we're here for, and the direction we're going.
This year was an election year and the federal level. With that comes a lot of negative coverage, I think, of government in general.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we see it every day. What would you tell the people out there who have lost faith in government on the perspective of St. Charles Parish?
Well, I hope they haven't, because I think my administration, the other leaders, we're doing the right thing. You know, we all working together to make the parish a better place to live and work.
And I think it touches upon, too, what you said earlier with us volunteering in the community that we live in. That's it. That's just it, right? Local government, we live in this community, we're a part of it. So, of course, we're always going to try and make those good decisions.
Absolutely.
Well, look, if you have nothing else, that's all I got for you.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and joining us
Thank
again.
you. I'd like to wish everyone out there a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and from my family to theirs, and look forward to the next year.
Look for the entire episode at www.scptoday.com or on SCP TV.